I would like to call the Town of Eastchester Town Board Reorganization Meeting of January 2nd, 2024 to order. All please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to just welcome everyone. We got a great evening, and I want to wish you all a Happy New Year. Thank you all for being here. At this time, I would like to ask Judge William Primps of the Bronxville Village Court to please come up to swear in Joe Dooley as our town clerk.
Right, can you put your left hand on the Bible? Raise your right hand. You got a family Bible. Yeah, that's better. Okay, good. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge my duties as town clerk
and I will faithfully discharge my duties as town clerk
of the town of Eastchester to the best of my ability.
of the town of Eastchester to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Come on up, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
At this time, I would also like to ask our Town Justice, Janet Colano, to please come forward to be sworn in. Ah.
Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as town justice
my duties as town justice
of the town of Eastchester
of the town of
to
Eastchester
the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Judge Colano. I do want to mention that our receiver of taxes, Rocco Cacciola, is ill and therefore not present to be sworn in tonight, but he has signed the oath book, so we wish him a quick recovery there. I also want to call up at this point Town Justice Frederick Salanitro.
You can raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold and support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
my duties as town justice of the town of Eastchester
my duties as town justice of the town of Eastchester
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Judge Salanitro. Now I'd like to call forward our newest and youngest town councilman, Anthony Giacobbe.
Sort of a youth movement here, that's great.
I guess stand over here.
Okay, please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
my duties as town councilman
my duties as town councilman
of the town of Eastchester
of the town of Eastchester
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge.
Congratulations, Councilman Giacobbe.
Thank you.
Now we would like to call up Councilwoman Sheila Marcotte.
Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold
that I will support and uphold
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
my duties as town councilwoman
my duties as town councilwoman
of the town of Eastchester
of the town of Eastchester
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, we got one swearing in left, and that's for our town supervisor, Anthony Calavita.
How you doing, right? Thank you very much for doing this.
We got a good delegation here. This is great.
Yes, this is one of a couple of many.
Okay, please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and uphold
that I will support and uphold
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
my duties as supervisor of the town of Eastchester
my duties as supervisor of the town of Eastchester
to the best of my ability, so help me
to
God.
the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Receiving line.
And my seat is warm.
Just kept it warm for you.
All right, good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to thank Judge Primps for presiding as the officiant and swearing everyone in. I think he's gone in to derobe, but he's a wonderful jurist. He is a great attorney. He is also very fair and very reasonable and knows the law inside and out. And Bronxville is very lucky to have him on their bench. I'd also like to congratulate my fellow elected officials on their re-election and some their election, to Joe and to Anthony, of course. Look forward to working with you all. But most importantly, it's been my honor to serve each of you as your town supervisor, and I pledge to continue to do my very best for each one of you. And the only thing that I will do is do whatever is in the best interest of the town of Eastchester. That is my goal, always and forever. Supervisors by law are required to give a State of the Town speech every 2 years. So I'm going to give you the abbreviated version because you've been sitting there patiently for the last half an hour or so. Financially, a financial snapshot. The town outside tax rate has an average less than 1% over the last 5 years. And in this inflationary time, that's quite an accomplishment. Less than 1% over the last 5 years. Our debt-to-asset ratio is only 2%. We have a AAA Moody's rating, and a New York State Controller has designated us with a 0% financial stress rate, which is the highest you can get. I mean, to have 0% financial stress from the Controller is exceptional. We've never exceeded the tax cap, and we've reduced our full-time employees by by more than 30%, yet still delivering a high level of services everyone has known come to enjoy in the town. We've used the minimum fund balance, and we have very good reserves all lined up. So we're in excellent financial health. Our police department has been reaccredited, is at full strength with transfers into the department. Some people are, in the mindset to say, oh, people are leaving the town department. People are flooding into work in Eastchester because it's such a great place and a great department. It is also, thanks to our department, we are responsible for a great population that is very cooperative and supportive of the police department. And we have been ranked as one of the safest towns in America in the last year-round, 4-year poll that went out. Also, we have partnered with the Eastchester School District and the Tuckahoe School District to put police officers, uniformed police officers, at every single campus. And I want to recognize our school boards for working cooperatively with the town. And I think you have a credit to make for your wife, who was here, was on the school board. I think it's the first tandem school board, town board team in the history of Eastchester, which is no small undertaking. So thank you, Lori, for your assistance as well. It's been a pleasure working with the school boards. Our senior services, our parks and recreation programs and fields are exceptional. Our highway recycling and sanitation crews do an excellent job. They're second to none. I get more compliments about Rocco Latella and Richie Ruggiero than anybody else in town government. We were also the first town to opt out of the marijuana law. We were the first town to opt out. We also passed an anti-vaping law, one of the first of its kind, which was upheld in federal court. We lowered the town speed limit to 25 miles per hour, and we've done many other things that have reinforced the great quality of life we all enjoy here in Eastchester. But there is much to do going forward. We have the renovation of Leawood Park going on. We're going out to bid, hopefully, at the next meeting or the meeting thereafter. We have a $4 million project lined up, but only $750,000 of Town of Eastchester tax dollars. We've secured the rest of the funding in grants and in donations. We're going to get to work on the Lake Isle Dam, Lake Innisfree Dam, that's become an issue for many in that area of the town. We're going to reactivate, hopefully reactivate, the Hutchinson River Flood Mitigation Project. And we're in the planning stages of projects to reduce stormwater flooding all throughout the town. We are currently partnering with the Village of Bronxville now to work with them on the whole Crawford Drainage Project. Also, Lake Isle has seen a lot of innovation since my father first bought the club for the town in 1979. And I want to recognize him. He's at home watching TV with my mother, and I want to wish them the very best. But right now, we have two things going on at Lake Isle. The first is the irrigation project on the golf course, which is long overdue. The thing was put together with duct tape, I think, and spit for about 3 decades. But finally, we're spending the funding to make that project happen. Also, it is time that we did the indoor pool at Lake Isle. We had been in the preliminary stages for too long. So now we're going to carry the rock forward, get over the goal line. We had a study done a couple years ago. We're going to start moving on that, and it'll likely involve the construction of a new pool behind the diving tank, or the consumption of the diving tank with a new pool for a great new facility. So we're going to get that done before the end of this term. Also, tonight, we're going to have a lot of appointments. A lot of people have volunteered their time in the town of Eastchester. We have dozens of volunteers that will be appointed tonight. And our motto has always been, making Eastchester better together with our fellow residents. I think President Trump swiped that from me and didn't give me credit, but we did that in 2003. But it is about making Eastchester better, continuously progressing to make the town better with everyone's help. And that help has come in the form of volunteerism, which has been the cornerstone of this administration. So to those that are leaving the boards, thank you. To those that are being reappointed, we thank you as well. And to those new people coming on, your terms are approximately 5 years, so you're locked in for a good 5-year period. But I believe the town is very well managed. Our electorate have confidence in this town board, and we're going to continue to do our best to serve each of you every single day. So on my end, I'd just like to thank some people that are here for me. My wife, Susan, who held the Bible up. Also, my daughter, Caroline, my daughter, Olivia, my son, Joseph. My son, okay, Matthew's not here. He's out. Just took Christopher to the airport, so both of them have a pass. But Jessica as well, and Jillian, and our Jillian's fiance, JC, who proposed to her on Thanksgiving Day, which was a lovely thing at our home. Very nice. Very smooth. And of course, my mother-in-law, Madeline, and our 5-year-old Republican champion, Grace Shanahan. Thank you, Grace, for being here. She voted for me twice. Thank you. Anyway, Normally, what happens is the board members say a couple of words when they come up, but I want to give them an opportunity to say a couple of words. So, Joe, you were first. You want to say anything?
No, I'd just like to thank my wife for being here, my daughter, and my brother's here for the first time. So he made the big trip up here. My son couldn't make it tonight. And I spent 12 years on this board, and it was truly a pleasure working with everybody. So, thank you. And there's a lot done. I know there's a lot more to do. And I have a lot of faith in this new board, or a lot of the existing board members and Anthony. So, good luck, and I'll be here beside you every minute, every second of the way. So
I'm sure you'll be chirping up a little
I'll be
bit.
chirping in. So thank you to everybody, and, good luck in the future.
Thank you. Anthony?
Sure. Now, I just want to say thank you to the people of Eastchester, Tuckahoe, and Bronxville for putting your faith in me by electing me to this important position. It is my honor to be your councilman for the next 4 years. I want to say thank you to my wife, Lori, my sons, Anthony and Joseph, for always being there for me and sharing me with the town. We all make a great team together to help make serving our town possible. Thank you to my family here tonight for supporting me throughout my life leading up to tonight. Eastchester is a great town to live in. I look forward to working with all the amazing employees here in Town Hall, our police department, Lake Isle, our highway department, and the library. One of the things that makes this town a great place to live is all our volunteers that help make moving this town forward, take part moving this town forward on a daily basis, as the supervisor said. Many who will be appointed or reappointed tonight, and many who serve in other capacities as volunteers in our schools or coaches in our sports leagues. This is truly what makes this town a community where people want to come here to live and stay here. The world may be a crazy place right now, but the residents and employees of this town have my word that I will always put the best interests of this town and our residents first to protect what we have here, our traditions and way of life. I look forward using all my life experience in local government, and I couldn't have asked for a better team up here tonight to do that with. Thank you.
Sheila?
Thank you, Supervisor. I would just like to thank my family, my husband who was here earlier. Normally my kids are here. I have 4 children, but they are pretty much scattered throughout the tri-state area. But I thank them for their support over the many years, because without their support to lean on and to help me in many regards, I wouldn't be able to do the public service that I've been honored and humbled to do for many years. I would also like to thank the electorate in Eastchester, Tuckahoe, and Bronxville for putting your faith in myself, along with Anthony and the supervisor. This is a tremendous privilege. It truly is. I'm humbled and honored each time. I know I'm very fortunate to live in such a great country. I'm extremely fortunate to live in such a great town. And I think irregardless of the banner that somebody might carry or the letter that's after their name, whether it's Democrat or Republican or non-affiliate, I think the common ground that we all share is far greater than any of the differences we may talk about. It is what makes this town so incredible to live and work and to raise our families. I am honored to be a part of that. And like my colleagues in government, everyone up here, I too pledge to, just focus and remain focused on everything that is great about Eastchester so we can keep moving it together. So I thank you for your support. And those are my comments. Thank you, Supervisor.
All right. I'm going to take a gamble here and invite up both judges to say a couple of words if they like. They're sitting in this seat and they're hollering at people and banging out fines and all, sending people off to jail. But if you want to address everybody, it's up to you.
First, I would like to congratulate all of the other elected officials this evening being installed tonight. It is a great honor to sit there. I will say that when I started at that table, which was an ATB legal aid attorney, and dealing with defendants and so on. And then I moved to this table because I was town prosecutor, so I represented the town, and I was on the people side. And then I said, you know what, now I know everything. I want to go there. So I ended up on that side of the bench, and I truly love what I do, and I thank the supervisor, town board, the town of Eastchester for allowing me to do something that I truly love. I also have to thank my husband, my kids, my in-laws, my new in-laws, my brand new in-law, and they have always been supportive. I've had to run out from a family function to go to an arraignment. No one has ever said a word. They've always supported me. I've been proud of it, and I truly thank them for allowing me to do this. I have one last person to thank, and that's my mother, who's 98, watching TV, probably watching tonight if this is live, and because I did tell her. And she taught me civics, what she called civics growing up. And her civics was government. We had to know who was running, why they were running, what their platform was when I was young. So I think I really contribute my loving the law to her for having me have an appreciation for government, the law, and how it affects our daily lives. And living in a town like this where we are, really this board dictates a lot of what we do. And you know, when people come to court and they say, I got a ticket, I have this, you know what? You want to live in a safe town, you want to have laws and rules. That's why we're here. That's why they do what they do. They make the laws, and you know, we show people that they have to follow. And I truly will, you know, spend the next 4 years doing what I love to do, and that is being fair to all the litigants and protecting our town and making sure that it's safe. So I want to also thank my co-judge who came in 2014, and he and I work very well together, and along with our staff, Daniela, Carmela, and Diane, we have made so many changes here for the better. Technology, I mean, we lived through COVID, and we've gotten so many dictates from our superiors. Yet, with all the dictates that we have had to follow, and all the changes that we have had to make, we are still touted as one of the best-run local courts by the 9th District. So we take that, we take that as a proud moment for the way we run things, that we are fair, and that we treat the public right, and we do things in an orderly and correct manner. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to continue to do what I love. Thank you.
I thought she was speaking for both of you.
I'll never miss an opportunity to come up to the mic. You know that.
Is there a time limit?
I'll be brief. I just want to, I want to really just thank my family for being here. I want to thank everyone in Eastchester who has supported us throughout these years, and echo what my co-judge has said. I mean, we have a fantastic staff, and we've done terrific and fantastic work here in the court system. On a personal note, I looked at the Bible that my daughter held up for me to get sworn in on this evening, and the date on that Bible was January 2nd, 2008, and that was the first oath that I had taken when I was appointed to the town board, January 2nd, 2008, and I worked with many of the town board members, and I know Teresa took my place when I got onto the bench in 2014, and Anthony, congratulations, good luck to you. And in 2008, my youngest, my son, was 9 years old. Wow. And now he's a mechanical engineer, graduate of UConn. I have Samantha, who's an attorney, graduate of Brooklyn Law School. And I have Rosemary, who is a New York City Board of Ed teacher, graduate of Stonehill College, and master's at New Rochelle. So I am very proud of here in Eastchester, and they're all products of the Eastchester Town School System. And the Bible that I've sworn in on was a gift to me from my very dear friend Paul and Nancy Parisi. Oh, nice. Paul is here tonight. Nancy, I'm sure, is looking down upon us from where she is up in heaven. And it was very special for me to read that, and to read that little bit of a note that you put into that, and I was very proud to be sworn in on that very same Bible here this evening. So Eastchester is a great place, and I am honored and blessed to be continuing to serve as your town judge, and I look forward to many, many more years as a successful judge system, judicial system that we have here in the town of Eastchester to be fair to anyone and everyone who comes before us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was very nice of both of you. Thank you. That reminds me, my Bible's only in the New Testament. Maybe I got a defect in this situation. I got to watch the legality of that, right? Anyway, what I think we'll do now is, unless Judy, you want to address the board? You're the new county legislator. Hey, you could always just say welcome, right? Congratulations to you as well.
All I'll say is I'll echo all the comments that were made. Congratulations to Anthony and to Sheila and to Tony, on your reelection, and to Joe on your new role. I've been here for 35 years. My wife graduated here, with some of the folks out there, and it's great to see the town continue to have such great leadership, and looking forward to the exciting things you'll continue to do. So congratulations, everybody.
Same to
And,
you as well. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope we'll get the opportunity to do great things together for the town.
You got it. Thank you. All right, so as has been our custom, we're going to take an adjournment for 2 or 3 minutes so that everybody can vacate, unless you want to stay for this appointment schedule, which I don't think you do. So let's do 3 minutes, and then we'll come back here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Check, one, okay. We're back on. Okay, we're going to advance on our agenda. This is Section 5, Appointments and Designations. So strap yourselves in. We're going to roll quickly. First is designation of town attorney, deputy town attorney, controller, and town clerks. And we're seeking the reappointment of Louis Rada for town attorney, Robert Tedisco for the position of deputy town attorney, Dawn Donovan to the position of controller, Daniela Cavallo for the position of court clerk, and Carmela Civetta for the position of court clerk as well. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is Deputy Town Clerk, Deputy Receiver of Taxes, Deputy Town Controller. And since 2008, Mary Sukata has served as a Deputy Town Clerk and provided excellent service to the town of Eastchester. She is completely familiar with all town clerk operations. Then she's not shy about it. I recommend her reappointment for a term effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/27. Someone care to make a motion?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next, Mary's Fan Club is here. Next, we have the recommended reappointment of Celeste Maggio to the position of Deputy Receiver of Taxes, effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/27, at the annual salary set forth in the budget. I'll move that. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the permanent appointment of Bing Morris. She's done an outstanding job as a deputy town controller. We've had some movement in that office, some retirements, and Bing has stepped up to do a good job. And Dawn is very supportive of this application. That's her immediate supervisor. And therefore, we are asking that we appoint her to a permanent position. She does not need to serve the entire 52 weeks of probation. She's been here for 32 weeks, and we can make her appointment permanent any time after 12 weeks. So I'm respectfully requesting her appointment be made effective 1/1/24, and I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is Registrar of Vital Statistics and Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics. This is the appointment of Joseph Dooley to the position of Registrar of Vital Statistics, Mary Swakata for the reappointment as Deputy of Registrar of Vital Statistics, and Incaranta Gizzo Campanile to the position of Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is a recommendation for the following appointments effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. That's Joseph Dooley as marriage officer and myself as marriage officer. Someone care to make a motion?
So move.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte? Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. That's one of the nicest things we get to do is to marry people. Joe, and you'll find it's a nice thing. We've married just 2 people, and then I've been inefficient at a marriage with 700 people. So it goes from the smallest to the biggest, but it's always a nice thing to do. Anyway, moving forward, we have the town constable position. So this is the reappointment of Philip Rosenstock to the position of town constable effective 1/1/24 to 12/31/25 at the annual salary set forth in the budget. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the reappointment of Robert Ponzini, attorney at law, for CSEA and police proceedings hearing officers for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
All right.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is Police Advisory Board. This is the reappointment for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/25 for Carl Maiello, John Rowland, and Mike Casino. And upon their appointment, I would designate Carl Maiello as the chairman of the Police Advisory Board, effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is for Planning Board, the reappointment of Michael Fortuno to the position of Planning Board member effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/28. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
All right, I'll second same. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the reappointment of Joe Rubino to the position of Planning Board member for 1/1/24 through 12/31/28. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. And lastly is the appointment of Lauren Goodridge to the position of Planning Board member effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/26. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
I also want to thank Anthony for your service on the Planning Board for many years. Did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Okay, next is on the Zoning Board. And by the way, just so you know, by town law, we can't just put all of these in and do one vote. Everyone has to be voted upon individually. This is for the reappointment of Joseph Miller to the position of Zoning Board of Appeals member from a period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/28. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved. Second.
Yeah, thank you. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
All right, aye. Next,
Supervisor,
yes.
I just want to make sure, did we do the records management officer?
No, we're going to do that in
Okay.
a second. Thank you. Let me just do this last one here.
Yep.
This is for Library Board, the reappointment of Patrick Pilla, Leslie Davidson, and Astrid Tedisco for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/28. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Thank you, Teresa. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye, I skipped this one inadvertently. This is for the appointment of the Records Management Officer for Joseph Dooley for the position of Record Management Officer and also for Records Access Officer. That's for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the reappointment of William Cade to the position of member and chair of the Recreation Advisory Board for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/28. I'll move that. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the reappointment of the Architecture Review Board effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. That's Enda McIntyre, Laura Raffiani, Carlos Garcia, Jennifer Nemisek, and Silvio Luca. And I also want to designate Laura Raffiani as the chairperson of the ARB for the same period. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the Board of Trustees of the Police Pension Fund. That would be for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. It's myself, Anthony Giacobbe, Joseph Dooley, Teresa Nicholson, Luigi Marcocha, Sheila Marcotte, Police Chief Joe Rodriguez, and Town Attorney Louis Rader. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Please call, I'm sorry.
Second.
Second, three, so please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the Cable Television Advisory Board. This is for the reappointment of Steve Altamura, Keith Bloomfield, and Nicholas Dater. And I'm going to designate Stephen Altamura as chairman of the Cable Television Advisory Committee, effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/24.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the Committee for the Disabled for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/24, the reappointment of Jennifer McNamee, Francesco Clark, and Florence Coulouris. And I'm going to designate Jennifer McNamee as the chairperson of the Committee for the Disabled, effective the same period.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the reappointment for the Traffic and Parking Advisory Committee for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/24. Ellen Del Cole, Charles Galenick, Thomas H. Fix, John Walzer, and Donato Vaccaro. And I'm going to designate Ellen Del Cole as chairwoman of the Traffic and Parking Advisory Committee for the same period. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the reappointment to the Hazard Mitigation Committee for the period of 1/1/24 through 12/31/24, and to be the reappointment of Nick Gerald, George Papadimitriou, and Police Chief Joe Rodriguez. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the adoption of the Rules of Order and Procedure of the Town of Eastchester Town Board, and we're going to make one amendment here in paragraph 1. We're going to start our meetings, all meetings, at 7:30 p.m. So all things going forward, as of the next meeting, which would be on, the 16th, will be at 7:30 p.m., including public hearings, et cetera, okay? So someone care to make a motion on the Rules of Order as amended?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is the designation of the Senior Town Board Member, and I'm designating Luigi Marcocha as the Senior Town Board Member effective 1/1/24 through 12/31/25. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Marcocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Colavita?
Aye. Next is a designation of the Town Board as the governing body for police matters. I'll move this and ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Hopefully we'll be inactive. Okay, next, we have the designation of town council member liaison designations by supervisor. And what we did was, back in 2004, we started where board members were assigned to different town departments or functions. And that was for the purposes of getting board members much more involved in the negotiation process during the budgets, for just eventual changes in personnel, all kinds of policy decisions, and it's worked out very effectively as everybody has integrated themselves into their various departments. What we also do is move people around, so after a few years, you pretty much have a good idea what everybody's doing in town government. It's a good plan. Anyway, for myself, it's Police, Auxiliary Police, Beautification, Veterans Affairs, Law Department, Emergency Operations. Councilman Anthony Giacobbe will be doing Lake Isle, Library, Highway Sanitation, Recycling, Recreation, and Parks. Councilwoman Sheila Marcotte will be doing the Historical Society, Special Events, Seniors, Disability Committee, Zoning, Planning, ARB, and the Building Department. Councilman Markocha will be involved with Lake Isle, EVAC, service groups and organizations, intermunicipal affairs, and the courts. And Councilwoman Nicholson will be involved with the Environmental Committee, TPAC, or Traffic and Parking Advisory Committee, Website IT Communications, the Assessor's Office, and the Cable Television Advisory Committee. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next is the designation of the official newspaper, and we're designating the Westchester Rising as the official newspaper of the town of Eastchester, and designating the Journal News as the secondary official newspaper. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next are the designated depositories and authorized signatures, and we're requesting the approval of the banks named to be authorized financial institutions, that J.P. Morgan Chase, New York Class, M&T Bank, TD Bank, and Flagstar Bank, and the authorized signatories are myself, Town Controller, and the Deputy Town Controller. Someone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next is the engagement of PKF O'Connor Davies LLP as the auditing firm for the town, and all the funds have been provided for in the 2024 budget. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Yep. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next is the designation of the procurement policy, and this needs to be changed because we have a change of composition on the board. So that's really the only necessary change. Everything else is going to be the same. So Section 7 will be updated per the changing of the personnel. I'll make the motion. Ask for a second, please.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next is a designation of our investment policy, which remains unchanged since our last meeting. It's all the same policy. I'll move this and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Next and last is the designation of attorneys, and these are all the attorneys that work for the town at their rates, which I would add are literally at less than half the going rate for, fair and reasonable attorneys' fees. A lot of them are related to employment, a lot of them are civil rights, a lot of them are personal injury and all, some are tax cert, but they're all supervised by the town attorney's office, and they all have their little specialty there. So I'll make a motion to approve them and ask for a second, please.
Second.
All right, please call the roll.
Councilman Giacobbe?
Aye.
Councilwoman Nicholson?
Aye.
Councilwoman Marcotte?
Aye.
Councilman Markocha?
Aye.
Supervisor Calavita?
Aye. Okay, there are no board member reports, but what I would like to do, if everyone would indulge me, I think we'd be nice to close our meeting in a moment of silence for the family of that officer from Bronxville that, tragically ended his life and the lives of his family. And for those that knew him, and for the Bronxville Police Department, it would be appropriate to have a moment of silence in all of their honor. So if you please would join me, then we'll end the meeting. All right, thank you very much, all. We're adjourned.
Thank you.